Hello, today is another episode of Antonia Unfilters. Today's topic is our strength making you defensive or offensive? All right, let's talk unfiltered because comfort has been costing us clarity. There's a difference between being challenged and being attacked. Okay, but when someone doesn't know themselves very deeply, they can't even tell the difference. So today, we are talking about something that shows up quietly in a lot of relationship. Is her strength making you defensive? Or is it making you offensive? Because how you answer that question truthfully tells the truth where you are with yourself. So let's go ahead and dive deeper. Let's ground this together. Now let's start with strength. Strength is not aggression. It is not disrespect. Strength is not control. Again, strength is not clarity. Knowing who you are and standing there calmly, especially when someone isn't internally, like emotionally grounded. They don't experience strength as safety. That's what happened for people who are not internally grounded or emotionally grounded. They don't experience strength as safety. They experience it as a threat, not because she's doing anything wrong, but because her certainty exposes their uncertainty. Let me repeat that. Because their yes exposes their no. My yes exposes your inability to respond to yes or no. So when strength hits an unsteady nervous system, it goes one or two ways. It either becomes defensive, or which means defensiveness will look like over-explaining, minimizing stuff, rationalizing, or taking everything personally. Offensive look like, when someone becomes offensive, it looks like criticism. It looks like being dismissive. It looks like power play. It looks like, humbling herself or humbling himself or making her feel like she's too much. No. That's different behaviors, but the same roots. So now, a fragile sense of self is when someone is trying to protect themselves from being exposed. Which means when strength is being misread, a strong woman doesn't wait for that permission. She doesn't need to validate to move. She doesn't need to shrink herself to manage someone else's comfort. And when someone hasn't fully claimed their own identity, they read independence as like an opposite. And clarity to them is more like confrontation. But then her strength is not challenging you. She's just trying to stand her ground so you can understand her very well. It's more like reviewing whether you are solid enough to even stand beside it without losing yourself. And then when it comes to relationship, it's not about competition. It's about partnership. So in healthy dynamics or healthy relationship, strength invites alignment, not competition. But insecurity asks a different question. Especially if it asks, if she's strong, what does that make me? So instead of partnering with her, you start competing. Instead of growing, they criticize. And instead of reflecting on their own ill action, they react. Confidence says, her strength doesn't diminish you. That's what confidence will tell you. But the ego in you will say, oh, she shines and I disappear. No. But what the strong woman is not doing is that strong women are not trying to control you. They're not trying to dominate you. With them beside you, that's a blessing. They are not trying to overpower you. They are just making sure things are grounded. There's emotional steadiness. There's someone who doesn't, there's someone who doesn't collapse or retaliate when they are being challenged. Strength is not a threat to confidence. Strength is like a mirror. Now let's honestly ask ourselves. So here's what you are actually needing to sit with. When her strength shows up, do you get curious or do you get reactive? Do you try to understand her? Or do you try to gain power over her? Because strength doesn't break relationships. You notice what came up? Unexamined insecurity does. Truth doesn't attack, it clarifies. And when strength keeps getting misread as threat, something else tends to follow. The withdrawal, the silent treatment, emotional disappearance. Yeah. And that's what we're going to be talking about. So for now, I'll let you sit with this. And if it resonated, don't scroll past it. Like it, save it, share it, and follow for what comes next.